And hello, friends.
Hi! Guess what we're talking about today? Stuff that has height that you can put into a container that isn't just a grass or a spike.
So we're going to challenge you a little bit with getting away from that typical standard, okay, I'm going to put a spike in the middle and a few geraniums around it and I'm done. There's so many options, and so we're going to talk about doing up some combination planters that have something different in there, something more showy flowers, and something that gives that height, whether it's right in the middle or if it's to the back side of that container. So
Correct.
we've got a lot of examples here, a lot to go through, and we're going to go through and highlight each of them.
I'm going to tell you my favorite right off the bat.
Yeah.
It has to be Salvia.
Yeah.
And if you're doing a larger container, the large Salvia, like this is the skyscraper pink.
Beautiful.
You can see that.
But also functional. Not only does it look great, but Salvia is one of the #1 for bringing in either the pollinators or the hummingbirds.
The hummingbirds
If you
love
want
it.
them in your yard visiting your plants and flowers, Salvia all the way. Yeah.
So they come in purples and pinks, all sorts of colors. Has to be by far my most favorite. And this year, the proven winners, Rock and Play in the Blues,
Yeah.
was one of the first things that was just gone.
Gone. Yep. Everybody was buying that. So
I will be doing more of that next year.
Okay,
But I
so
love the
that's-
height of that. The only thing you have to be careful of is when you get the certain varieties of salvia can get very, very tall and very aggressive.
Yep.
But there's also bedding salvia. So if you have a smaller container, maybe that is a better option for you.
And that might be like 10 to 12 inches tall.
So just be careful on your sizes.
And salvia is really, the stem is really woody, so periodically you'll have to go through and either take a scissors or a shears and go through and deadhead these and cut those off at that stem. Once they're done going through.
Show them all the blooms that are happening
Yeah,
on that growth.
there's a
So
lot.
this is a later
Oh.
planting and it's just turning out beautiful.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of color here with this salvia. Okay, moving
That's
on.
my favorite.
Okay,
You go ahead, pick any of them you want.
I'll probably. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dahlias. As far as what's here, what would be my favorite to use? Lot of showy color with these Dahlias. This is the Figaro series. So these aren't our tallest Dahlias, but these will grow 14 to 18 inches tall, and certainly we're there with these. So some of them are a little bit shorter, some will get taller. There is a series of Dahlias that we grew this year that are really tall, like 2 feet tall. And those sometimes you have to put like a bamboo stick or something to kind of stake them up. But this Figaro series, we absolutely love it with the Dahlias. So look at those bright showy colors. These were grown pot tight, so they're kind
gonna
of right
fill out.
upright. Yeah, they're gonna fill out. But fantastic color for a combination planter. Lots
And really
of colors.
good, again, giving you that height, but then you also have that focal flower up high.
Yeah.
So your eye gets drawn here and then it kind of streams down through your planter.
For sure. Okay.
Beautiful. The Cleome is very beautiful. Cleomes, again, can get quite large. This can get 24 to 30 inches. This is the pink one. And again, pollinators,
Yeah. Yeah.
hummingbirds, they love it.
Kind of a dainty little flower. Nothing special that you have to do with the Cleome. Just a nice showy color. I can't remember. Did we have different colors in past years, or has
have.
it always been pink?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope, we
I
switch
couldn't-
her up.
Couldn't remember on that one.
But very pretty. Again, gives you that great height.
Pink sells, so that's why we
Does.
tend to go with a lot of pinks because pink just sells. Okay. Another favorite. Dragon wing begonias. These we've planted up and are great big planters, all dragon wings, and I love that they're so sturdy. I mean, they give you that height. The flower is smaller, but you get a lot of flowers. We do have several colors in the dragon wings. Red is really that popular color, but we did have the white and the pink in this, and I love that when you put dragon wings together, they will grow and just lock in. We've had some serious winds in the past years, and they didn't do anything. They just locked in and stayed in place, which was really nice.
And
no
noting-
no wind damage.
They can take full sun to full shade.
Yeah, that's another
That's another
big-
perk of it.
yeah.
So that gives you that nice height. Again, kind of giving you that green foliage up high, drawing your eye down into it. Talking about height, here's one that's not a, it's not a
common.
grass.
Yeah, so Amaranthus.
Yep.
No, go ahead.
I will, I'll show this.
Very
Amaranthus is this, do you see the flower on it? It's kind of
right.
this droopy,
And it's just getting going. It'll get very, very long.
and they get very tall.
Yeah, yeah.
But think of like in a bridal bouquet or
Yeah.
maybe in a fall arrangement, how you see that kind of like draping over type look. Well, that's what these are going to do. They're going to get tall, and then they're going to have that kind of drapey look to them.
Yeah, yeah. If you Google Amaranthus, and it's a big long word, but if you Google it, you're going to see millions of photos of bridal bouquets with that long trailing, really
It's
elegant.
This is the flower.
Just a very elegant looking flower. So this is Amaranthus. It's one of our last ones to sell because they're so slow in growing.
Right.
So they're slow to flower. So they're always at the tail end of our season. Hence, here they are. But they are very gorgeous.
the birds like them.
Yeah, there's that little seed, which also means that they're very prolific. So you'll find these little Amaranthus growing all over in your lawn. So kind of be careful where they're at. But Amaranthus, another beautiful, just a very elegant flower. All right.
Then we have something like the upright verbena. Now this one, to me, I pulled it because it has that height in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that, like, it's not super thick. It's going to be very, very airy, and you can see
It's going to be poking through all over. They turn out nice in a planter,
they do.
but
just in the pot,
on its own,
eh.
yeah, you know, where other flowers will fill around and you'll have this coming up and out of it. That's great, but on its own, yeah, it's kind of sparse.
It is, but if you're looking for a little bit of height, but you don't want to have that full coverage, like if you had a dahlia or the dragon wing, and you just want it to be more airy,
Yeah.
this is a great plant. And the deer don't like it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Butterflies and bees love it. The deer don't like it.
Okay.
Now going into just a little bit smaller, because not everybody has a great big planter that can withhold some of these.
So maybe if you have a 10 or 12 inch planter that you do want some height, but not necessarily that 2-3 feet or even 18 inches.
Right.
So
A little bit more delicate.
the Dicacia.
Yep.
Yeah. Another pollinator lover.
You can see it will kind of spread out also, but it gives you that height. And it kind of reminds me of snapdragons. So again, snapdragons, there is tall and short snapdragons, so you do have to be aware of what you're buying.
Yeah, and this is the snapshot mix. So, sure it says. So this is the short snapdragon, 6 to 10 inches. We do also grow a taller snapdragon that's like 14 to 18
Liberty.
inches. Yeah, or 12 to 16 inches. So much taller. So there's nice taller snapdragons or shorter if you need be.
And then you have the Angelonia.
Angelonia,
sorry.
Angelonia. This is a tall.
It's a 16 to 20.
16 to 20.
can show that up real
Another
close.
one that the deer don't like. So our customers have had great success with deer not eating the Angelonia. Several colors in the Angelonia. They're like whites, purples, and pinks in this series.
And don't be fooled. This little pot here is going to get
yeah, they get nice.
tall and big. Kind of reminds me of a snapdragon, just in the kind of the how it's, you know, how it forms like that. But yeah, beautiful plant. And then last but not least, there's so many of them. We just picked a few. In a shade planter, because shade is really hard when you're trying to pick out plants that are tall. And there's bedding salvia, did I mention that? An upright fuchsia.
Yeah.
We all know the fuchsia plants, and they spread and they hang out and they have those beautiful little bells that the hummingbirds love. This is an upright fuchsia, and you can see he's growing tall, and he's not going to fall over. He's going to continue to, it's branching all out through here, so it'll get nice and thick, but it's going to stay more upright, and they're all going to kind of poke out from the sides.
Yeah. So very nice.
I think that's a beautiful one.
So that just gives a few ideas on that showy flowers that are not spikes or grass.
Or grass.
Yeah, so there's lots of different options. This is not a comprehensive list.
No.
This is just some of the options that we grabbed and we wanted to highlight and show off.
So what is your favorite? Like, do you like just the classic spikes and grasses? Do you like some of the other options? What do you use in your own planters or garden?
Right on.
So I know I used a lot of the dahlias to give me the height out in the yard.
Yeah.
And I did use the fuchsia up by the door because I wanted something that...
What was that shade area? And we have Rex Begonias.
And I really love the color. Like,
Yeah.
there's all different colors of them. And I really loved having that color up top.
Yeah, and the hummingbirds are going to come right in and feed on that.
From a design portion of it, I like having, your focal flowers need to be towards your base so that you can really have that heftiness towards the base. But I love having them up high too, and be able to follow, your eye just follows it down.
Yeah, very nice. All right, we do want to highlight one of our Be Your Neighbor fertilizer retailers, and that is Wautoma Garden Center and Floral in Wautoma, Wisconsin. So that is one of our Be Your Neighbor retailers that is in that Wisconsin area. You can, if you're in Wisconsin, but we do have a whole map of the United States with many retailers, and we're well over 100 retailers now and gaining daily. So you can go to our beatyourneighbor.com website and find that map there. Also, lots of information that is there. Anything you need to know. There's a lot of questions that we get on the fertilizer. That's all answered at our website.
Oh, and we are planning this Friday to answer a lot of the questions that you have regarding the fertilizer. So if you have questions that you're just like, I just don't understand, or you just want to know a little bit more,
great.
Ask those now, because we're going to look through the comments, and on Friday we're going to take a bunch of comments and address it.
Yep. So yeah, again, go and comment down below those questions that you have for us, and we'll try to address them. And we'll probably do that as we get later into the early summer, I would say. Once the greenhouses are closed and we have a little more time to do the videos, then we can do a lot of question and answers. And so we do love those questions. We can't get to all of them. There's literally thousands of questions and comments per day. And messages and emails, and we just can't get to all of them, but we will certainly address a lot of them.
And it's interesting because there's some stuff that we take for granted, and sometimes you just need to hear it in a different way.
Sure.
And so we hope that will help not only you asking the question, but other people that are listening. Maybe they have the same concerns.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.